There's a lot of great TV nowadays. We are really living in something of a golden era for the medium, with excellent shows debuting all the time, boasting production values and epic scale previously only imaginable in movies. SAS Rogue Heroes, a 6-episode miniseries produced by Kudos and set to release at some point in the future, is one of the most exciting upcoming projects in the industry. And in this video, we're going to be telling you why, as well as hitting you up with the latest news for all other upcoming TV shows. Let's get into it. An exciting cast. I think we can all agree that a cast is one of the core elements that can determine whether or not a TV series sinks or swims. Get the casting wrong, and it can be difficult to succeed, even with the greatest direction and writing. Get the casting right, however, and it can actually help to enhance all other aspects of the show. It's a very important part of the process, but it seems like series creator Stephen Knight has, so far, hit it out of the park. The first name involved is Connor Swindells, who rose to prominence only recently thanks to his role as Adam Groff from Netflix's critically acclaimed series Sex Education. Then there's Jack O'Connell of Skins fame, where he played the explosive James Cook. Finally, rounding out this trio of leading men as perhaps the biggest star involved in the entire production, Alfie Allen, most known for playing Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. We'll be swapping sword for pistol as he plays British Lieutenant Jacques Luz. Sophia Boutella and Dominic West, stars from Fahrenheit 451 and The Wire respectively, will also join the cast amongst a host of supporting actors, many of whom will be taking part in the biggest projects of their career thanks to their role in SAS. This is a strong cast of talented actors, and Knight has been clever to avoid leaping to huge stars for his show. You know how some actors become so famous that you can't just picture them as the character they're supposed to be playing? The Will Smith effect, if you will. Well, that won't be happening here, since a lot of the cast is relatively unknown or still in the early stages of their career, meaning we'll get to focus on their performances and not who they actually are, the team behind it. Now that we've discussed the cast, we can't ignore the team who will be working to actually create the show. They quite literally make the show happen, and it will be down to their direction and writing to push SAS Rogue Heroes to success. It can be said that they've already been successful in assembling a talented, fresh cast of actors, but will they be as successful when it comes to writing and directing the show? Well, the series is being written by its creator Stephen Knight, who is a screenwriter with a pretty impressive history. Just last year, he was honored by the British monarchy for his services to entertainment. So at the very least, the Queen is probably a fan of his work. In 2002, Knight wrote the screenplay for Dirty Pretty Things, which earned him an Edgar Award for Best Motion Picture Screenplay and the London Film Critics Circle Award for British Screenwriter of the Year, as well as numerous nominations for other awards. His 2013 script for Locke won him a British Independent Film Award for Best Screenplay, and since then, he has written episodes for a slew of TV shows, including the critically acclaimed Peaky Blinders. All of this suggests that writing of SAS is in good hands. But what about the direction? Enter Tom Shankland. Good acting and good writing are obviously essential to any production, but many people would argue that the director is the most influential person involved in a piece of media. Whilst it is a team effort, it's certainly true that the director has their hands in most aspects of how a movie or TV show turns out. So the director of SAS could play a huge role in how good the show ends up. Thankfully, the wonderful Tom Shankland has been brought in to direct, giving SAS a great chance at being an excellent piece of TV. Shankland has been a TV writer for over 20 years, so he has a wealth of experience to draw upon for his latest project. His 2013 series Ripping Street having been nominated for a BAFTA for Best Drama Series, whilst his 2015 work The Missing earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Direction. Before stepping into TV, he also enjoyed 2 BAFTA nominations for consecutive short films, in 1999 for Bait and in 2000 for Going Down. Clearly, Shankland is a talented director who will only enhance the quality of the scripts written by Knight and the performances delivered by Alfie Allen and company. All the reasons listed so far provide a pretty strong case for why SAS Rogue Heroes should be a great series, but there is one final reason that really sells it for us. So without further ado, let's get into what will truly make SAS must-see TV, the inspiration. For those of you who don't actually know what SAS Rogue Heroes is going to be about, it's an adaptation of the book of the same name written by Ben Macintyre. Macintyre's book, and consequently, the TV adaptation depicts the origins and eventual formation of the Special Air Service during World War II. The Special Air Service, or SAS, was and remains to this day one of the most elite special unit forces in any military in the world, operating in the shadows to carry out missions behind enemy lines, usually dealing in matters of sabotage or reconnaissance. What makes this all so exciting is that the entire show will be steeped in the real history of the real organization it is centered around, providing an incredibly authentic experience for viewers. Anyone remotely interested in historical television will obviously have been won over by now, but even for those who don't really appreciate the attention to historical accuracy, the show should have plenty to enjoy. The SAS first years involved a lot of trial and error, which provides an exhilarating and suspenseful bedrock of story for the show to explore. We'll get to watch some of the key people from the time, such as SAS founder David Sterling, played by Connor Swindells, as he and his men trapeze around in criminally underexplored North African front of World War II, carrying out acts of subterfuge and trying to avoid capture. The source material the show is getting its story from means it has all the potential to be an absolutely gripping narrative. Yellow Jackets nearly out. Now that we gushed over how great SAS is sure to be, it's only fair fair that we give a few other up-and-coming shows some attention, right? We'll start with Ashley Lyle and Bart Nickerson's Yellow Jacket, which is set to premiere on Showtime this month. For those of you like Lord of the Flies, and if you haven't read the book yet, seriously, go read it. You're in for a treat, as Yellow Jackets takes a heavy dose of inspiration from William Golding's classic, whilst adding a fresh twist and drawing from real stories of stranded groups to kick things up a notch. The inspiration for the show came in 2017, when Warner Brothers announced their plans for an all-female adaptation of Lord of the Flies, an announcement that was met by a lot of people questioning whether little girls could so easily fall into the barbarism that the boys in the novel do. Lyle and Nickerson certainly believe that, yes, they can, and so set about creating Yellow Jacket, in which a team of high school girl soccer players survive a plane crash that leaves them lost deep in the Ontario wilderness, slowly but surely descending into a fractured, warring cannibals. It sounds like it will be great fun, and just recently has received great initial reviews from critics, so don't sleep on this one. The Wheel of Time, the next Game of Thrones? Bless TV land. They've been desperate to recapture the lightning in a bottle they had with Game of Thrones. Well, until the show's unfortunate demise at least. Obviously, it's difficult expecting any project to reach the heights that Thrones did, the Song of Ice and Fire adaptation having become a global phenomenon that captured the attention of millions of viewers and has spawned about 15 prequels. But still, Amazon's latest high fantasy show could perhaps stand a shot at matching Thrones level. Set to release on the 19th of this month, The Wheel of Time is an epic fantasy series adapted from the book series of the same name, written by Robert Jordan. So at least it's got that in common with the show it's trying to emulate. Rosamund Pike plays Moiraine Dammard, a powerful magic user who crosses paths with 5 young people, taking them with her on a journey as she is certain one of them could be the reincarnation of the dragon, a prophecy child who could either save or destroy the entire world. In general, the show doesn't delve into political intrigue as much as Thrones did, but the world building is immaculate, and the realm of the story itself is utterly massive. So much so that Amazon have created a special webpage just for familiarizing yourself with parts of the show's rich lore. And there's also an animated prequel series in the works already. If high, fantastical concepts and a focus on magic interest you, then definitely give The Wheel of Time a look. And that's everything. Are you excited for any of the shows we've covered? Do you think SAS Rogue Heroes will live up to the hype? Feel free to let us know in the comments. Until next time, see you soon.